Welcome back to Bench Boys.
Yeah.
I'm Bench and this is Boy.
Yeah.
Actually, what's your name right now? Champ? My name is...
Yeah, that one's Champ.
I'm also Champ.
Oh, we were just a couple of champs, aren't
Okay,
we?
for those of you who don't know, apparently it's just like a thing that we do in every series, because we drink Coke. Sponsored by Coke, not sponsored by Coke. We have a Coke, right? And I don't know if they're doing it around the world or if it's just in Australia or something. They have names on it, so it's like share a Coke with this person. And it used to be specific names, but now it's just like generalized stuff. Like share a Coke with the boys, or with the princess, or whatever. So we both have Champ right now. What was your other one? Shithead?
Probably shithead.
Shafeed?
That's just the way I am. Legend.
I prefer mine.
The legend of Champ.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Die. Thank you. Alright. This is good because I got a lot of dough from it. Ugh, it'd be really nice if I could find a fucking bench in this godforsaken hellhole. Do you want to hear an extremely boring anecdote about Coke that I have?
Yes.
Jet! Okay. No! I went to freaking shops the other day. Hold on to your hats for this one, folks. Thank you, Nabi. He grabbed onto his head. I was like, man, I want to get a can of Coke because I like to have a can of Coke with my dinner because we go and we buy these cans of Coke. You can take your hands off your head now if you want. We buy these cans of Coke. We buy a whole freaking 100 of them. And like we just leave them here, so I just all right. So I just have one for dinner each night. I ran out, but I was like, man, I want one for tonight because it's having like a hard day. I'm like, man, I just want a Coke, you know?
Yeah.
Just want a delicious Coca-Cola, cool glass. Okay, we're not sponsored by Coke. So I was like, I'm gonna go out to the shops. I'll buy a can while I'm buying my dinner, right? Because I buy microwave meals because that's all I can afford. Oh yeah, so I went to the shops to buy a can, but you can't just buy a can anymore because that's not cool, I guess. You can't buy a freaking can, so instead I'm like, oh fine, I'll buy a bottle, like one of those little 600 milliliter bottles. Well, it turns out that today was the right day to buy a bottle of a 600 milliliter bottle of Coke, because I went up to this thing and she gives me this card. I'm like, what the freak is this card? I said out loud in an inquisitive voice, and it's a scratch-off card, right? So I scratch it off. You know, as you do. And it says you got a 1 in 5 chance to win a Coke. And I did. I won a free Coca-Cola. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. So I thought next time I go to the shops, which was like 4 days later, I will cash this in. So I go to the shops and I go, well, I know what I want. Oh, we got a thing. Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you try to do. What you try to do. I can't allow it. Oh, now we got a fight hornet, even though she's not a hornet. I don't know what she is though.
Why does she think you're a ghost?
Well,
She doesn't know.
Good
You're
question.
just a little boy.
I'm just a boy. As far as I can tell. No! She's got a lot of health. I bet I was like one hit away.
That was interesting when you died. A black thing appeared.
Yeah, it happened last time I died too. Also, you can see my ghost on the thing. Alright, anyway, so I went to the shops. I preemptively picked out that M-effing Coca-Cola, okay? And I go to the stand. It's a girl who I've never seen before. It's probably her first or second day or something.
Yeah.
I put the Coca-Cola on the thing with my meal. The first thing she does right away, she beeps. She puts the Coca-Cola on the machine. She beeps it. Go boop. And I go, as I'm pulling it out, my free coupon out of my pocket. I said, hey, actually though, I've got this free coupon, and I want to pick out that drink for free. And she's like, I don't, and she turns to the other girl who's doing the other register, and she's like, what do we do with this? And you just give him a card. Like, no, he came back with a card. And she was like, it's for free, right? It's like, yeah. How do I do that? It's like, well, you gotta just don't charge it. And he's like, but I've already beeped it. And she's like, oh, well then you're gonna have to call Karen.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck. And she's like, all right. And she goes over to the speaker and goes, Karen, to the front desk, please. And I'm like, okay.
I'm in trouble.
I'm in my mind. I'm just like, this is not worth it. Why am I doing this? And yeah, and so like she's like, yeah, Karen's gonna be like a minute or two. And I'm like, all right. And I'm just standing there like, yeah, it probably wasn't really worth it considering. And so like 2 minutes go by. We're just awkwardly standing there at the cash register. I've just got my hands in my pocket, just looking around. And Karen comes.
Yeah.
And Karen's like, hey, what's up? You know, I'm Karen. It's my voice. And she does.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, I need help with this. He's like, oh, just give him the card. No, he came back with a card. No one's done this yet. And he's like, oh, well, then you just got to charge him $0. He's like, but I've already beeped it. He's like, oh, okay, just do this. And she just presses one button.
Yeah.
And she does it. So there you go. And she just walks away.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was my extremely exciting story of how I got a free 600 milliliter bottle of Coke. I hope you're not too jealous.
Well, like that was like the first thing that I asked when I learned how to use the POS machine in a hospitality course I took last year.
What?
How do I cancel like if I made a mistake? Like how do I just tell it not to do this thing? And so like, that was like the first thing you learn. How do I just like undo my cock-ups?
Yeah, it was an interesting moment as well because it was a point where I had to ask myself like, am I the kind of person that would really exchange like saving a bunch of money, like $6 or something, so I don't have to deal with awkward social interaction? And the answer is probably. Yeah. I didn't feel as awkward as the girl probably did. Is the thing.
Yeah, well,
she was probably like, I think it's like her first week and like she's just stuck here.
A valuable lesson on how to cancel a payment.
Boom!
A process.
I've done it. See ya.
Goodbye, Spider-Man.
Also, this guy just fell apart. So
Oh.
that's what he gets for dying, I guess.
Yeah. Look.
Oh yes, baby, the Mothwing Cloak.
Ooh.
This is like one of the best abilities in games to make me do this. I can now. Oh no! Wait, to break the seals, they cannot be undone. They must be undone. I'm asleep. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh, it's these dudes. Oh, this is a story thing. Okay.
Ooh.
Well. Nothing like sleeping with a dead guy. A little bit of necrophilia never hurt nobody.
I've been kind of busy lately.
Yeah.
Busy just working away on Hurricane.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And I don't feel bad about doing it.
Hurricane is your comic, by the way. I feel like we never elaborate on this shit.
Yeah.
We talk about our comics. We're both comic creators, but we always just start talking. And then like 10 episodes of us just discussing the intricacies of comic book creation.
Yeah.
We're at the lake of Fuck you.
Yeah, I just keep working on it every day. Something like that. Just my go-to thing to do. I don't like spending too much time chilling and watching YouTube videos. And then I liked the stuff that I talked about in my Friday Night Fun, and so I decided to watch it. And then I found out that audio sucked, and so I fixed it up, re-rendered it, started watching it for a little bit, and then I thought, I gotta do something productive. And so I was like, alright, let's open the original Hurricane wiki page and rewrite the damn thing.
Yeah.
And I did some pretty good work on that, so yeah, now it's at a good stage. I realised it was actually a really confusing period. Like the first 3 comics, I think, or first 4 comics, are chronologically confused.
Oh dear.
Because it's like at the end of the first one, I think it's the end of the second one. He beats Vampire Girl, and then at the end of it, it's like, oh, now he encounters Robot Monster. In the third one, well, at least I think it. Okay, the problem is this was back when I made my magazines at the same time that I made my comics, and I made the third and fourth, or the fourth and fifth comics at the same time, magazines at the same time. I had one that was just in production for a long time, and then the other one came out. So I think it must have been the fourth and fifth magazine, but also the third and fourth comic. So number 4 is I had to really think about this because I thought he fights Robot Monster chronologically after beating Vampire Girl, but then he also fights Vocabulary at some point, and according to my comics, he fights Vocabulary in the third one, not in the fourth one. And so I'm like, hang on a second, what have I done here? So I'm like, alright, let's just tidy this up a bit. Let's say, he goes and he beats Robot Monster and then fights Vocabulary later. And they're both
Does it really matter what order they're in though?
It does a little bit because I like clearing those sorts of things up. And especially if I'm rebooting it, I think it'd be good to re-establish the official state of things.
Right.
And to confirm, I mean, most of how came 15 is wrong, but
well, I'll tell you what, something
there's
about
a lot of that sort of stuff that I just like tidying it up and being like, this is the way it's supposed to be.
Well, talking about re-establishing the state of things. How about we do it next time? How does that sound?
Bye-bye.